Hello, my darlings. It's Ashling, and this is your November messages. And what an interesting month it's been in October, and now we're stepping into November. So I'm hoping to give you some angel guidance, channeled messages, inspiration that will support you in the coming month. And please like, subscribe to this video wherever you see it, to my channel. Share this video. If something clicks and you think of somebody, just please share the information with them. I'm sure it will be useful. My name is Aisling Mooney. I'm a spiritual business mentor and an angel intuitive author, teacher, and I'm thrilled to have you here with me today. So let us dive into our messages for November. So I just want to say that the month of November is overseen by the Archangel Azrael. And Azrael is the angel of births and deaths and transitions and separations, and is also the angel that sort of guards the veil between our two worlds, this physical world and the angelic realms and the realms of the departed. We're just leaving Halloween, the 31st, we're stepping into the 1st of November and the rest of the month. So it is a month of deep intuition, connection with your angels. It's an opportunity for you to go deep into your own soul. We're in eclipse season as I record this video. So that's an opportunity, an astrological opportunity for us to go within and reflect deeply on what it is that we want the next chapter of our lives to look like. And I know me personally, that's what's happening for me. I'm having some really big shifts, some really big healing moments. I'm really looking back on my life and thinking, okay, if I continue this path, this is what that's going to look like. What do I want to change? What do I want the next 10 years to look like, 20 years, 30 years, and so on? What do I want to call in to my life? And so I'm going through a moment like that personally. And I don't think I'm alone, because I've heard little snippets of, of some of the people that I follow online. There's just this vibe at the moment of release of anything that no longer serves you. People are changing their business models overnight, closing down their businesses. I'm in the spiritual business realm a lot, and I'm interested in the coaches and mentors that I have personally in that realm. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of people just completely stopping things that they've been doing for so long and just walking away and changing direction and pivoting, which is what the last 3 years has all been about. But there really feels like we're coming to a moment. My feeling on that is we had COVID, we had this opportunity to go within. This last year has been an opportunity to step back out into the world, and we're measuring those two ways of being. And we're like, okay, what was good about that isolation period of COVID? What's good about this? Everything else needs to just drop away. That can result in us changing our schedules and our goals, our dreams, letting goals and dreams go that no longer serve us or are no longer part of that. So it's an interesting time as we come to the end of this year. So mind yourselves in November, give yourself some time to go within, to reflect and practice whatever healing, grab out your spiritual toolbox. If you go to ashlingmooney.com/box, you'll get my spiritual toolbox, which is I think it's about 7 meditations and different exercises that you can do to support you if you're going through any sort of a challenging period. So go and get that. It's free, and that you can dip in and take 1 or 2 or all of those meditation practices, and they can support you through this time. But just mind yourself, plenty of water, get out into nature, spend time with those you love, and journal, go within and figure out what is, write the next chapter, what you would like that to look like in conversation with your angels and your soul. So having said all that, let us dive into November. So overlighting this reading and the angel that's stepping in for November is Archangel Raguel. And the message with this beautiful card is align your life to infinite possibilities. Absolutely amazing. I'm using my deck, Archangel Messages for a New Earth. You can go to my website, ashleymooley.com, and you can find out how to get on the wait list for the next print run. But this is one of my favorite cards from the deck. And it's like that idea of going within, refocusing, creating new goals, letting go of whatever is not necessary. But Raguel is stepping in and going, the goals that you think you want, double them, triple them. And that's not necessarily in a place of go bigger, but it's like can you open your mind to even bring in other possibilities that you can't even dream of? What about taking a sabbatical, a year off work? What about selling your home and moving into a tiny home? I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying that would be quite a radical change. Or leaving the location where you're living and moving to another part of the world that you've always dreamed about, or leaving your job, switching jobs, changing jobs, or maybe getting a promotion in the current job that you're in. Writing that book that you've always wanted to write, creating that first digital program or course that you've always wanted to do. So whatever it is that your dream is, maybe just allow out those secret dreams as well and align yourself. Your angels are saying there's so much possibility in the air this November. So there's an opportunity for those big dreams to come into reality. We're literally planting the seeds. You look, she's holding this bunch of beautiful flowers, lavender and white, gorgeous flowers. And it's just like we're planting the seeds now for this bouquet of what we want to bring into our lives. So it's a really beautiful sort of overlighting card, angel working with us in the whole month ahead. And the thing about Raguel is the angel whisperer. So Raguel is the archangel that will work in the background for you. So I mean, I don't necessarily call the angels by name at the moment. I just say angels. I know that Raphael is there for healing. I know that Michael is there for courage and confidence and protection. I know that Gabriel is there for fun and creativity. And sometimes I call on them individually, of course. But most often, I just say angels. Angels, can you help with this? Angels, can you sort this out? Angels, I'm having this difficulty. Just give me the answer. Angels, what will I do in this situation? Give me a sign, angels. So it's like that. But Raguel is the angel that's like, whatever you need, Raguel sorts it out in the background. So it brings in the events, brings in the coincidence, which are angel signposts that you're, whatever you want to manifest or bring into your life is coming nearer. So there's whatever you want. There's just this realm of possibility that's opening up for us in November. And you're just being invited to dream a little bit and to trust that your angels have your back and that they will start putting things into motion, whatever it is that you want to bring into your life. They'll bring the people, the situations, the coincidences, whatever it is, the opportunities to bring those next steps forward. And when I'm trying to manifest something or I want to manifest something, my favorite thing to end that on is when I say I want this or this or this, is this or something better. Because lots of times I've noticed in my life, I've asked for things, they haven't come about, and I've been doing all the right things, doing all the right manifesting steps, but actually that thing didn't come about with something better or some better circumstances. And there came a point where I had to drop that old idea and just allow the angels to do their magic and bring in the better option. So if you can imagine that your angels have wings, they can fly up above your life, any situation, they can look in the back, in the front, to the sides, they can see it from this amazing viewpoint, and they can bring in whatever you need to support you. They know where you're going, even if you don't. They hold your sacred contract. They know what you agreed to. They know what you want to fulfill or achieve in this life. So, there's just been really asked to trust your angels and ask for what you want, but then say this or something better. I trust in you, angels, whatever, you know, the best path for me is, or the next best steps. So, with all that said, we're jumping into the first week in November, and it is Zadkiel. A tsunami of abundance is coming your way. So, that could be through a lottery win. Go and buy a lottery ticket, take part in a raffle. It could also be that you get this new business idea, or maybe you decide to create a new program or course or a new offering, and you go and do a Facebook Live and you just invite people to work with you. Or it could be an inheritance, or it could be a tax back, or it could be a gift from a friend or a family member. So I don't know how this money is coming to you, but we're being just reassured by the angels that we have the resources. We have the resources to achieve dreams and the goals that we're going to be considering this month. And we're going to be asked to let go of some things. Some things we're going to be asked to just to let them go, to release them. Some dreams, some ideas. And with that can be, okay, if I let this go, am I also letting go of the money? Now, I am not one that says leap, the net will appear. I'm not that sort of angel teacher. I've done that a lot of times in my life, and it has worked a lot of times, but there have been occasions where that fall has been difficult. So for me, I'm at the stage in my life where we need to build in some security. So if your angels guide you, okay, drop this job, you really need to be putting in some other income source there. Phase out your job. Maybe don't leave it straight away. Maybe just drop down to 2.5 days or 3 days a week, and then 2 days a week. Maybe look for a job that requires less energy and mental energy from you, so that you have space to create this new thing to bring in money. So I'm adding in my practical coaching on top of this, but your angels are saying basically that this week you'll start to see either physical money come into your life, or you will get the ideas, the seeds of the next step that are going to bring in lots and lots of money for you in the next 1 to 5 years. So I'm last month Archangel Uriel came in. If you didn't watch that, go back and watch it, because it's really useful. And it was about your $1 million idea. So I know, me personally, because I had that intention that I was looking out for my $1 million idea, I got lots of ideas this month, and I know where I want to go, and I know what I want to create, and I know where the $1 million, if you like, is coming for me in the next 1 to 5 years. So I have the idea now, and now I'm going to put the plan in place this month. So for some of you, you might have got that $1 million idea. If you didn't, go back and watch that video. You'll find that on my channel. Just look for October messages and just listen in. Just close your eyes, have a cup of tea, and just listen in the background. And our Uriel will step in and support you to get that $1 million idea. So that's the first week. Very promising. The second week is, and I've just said I'm not one for take the leap. This card says, I didn't look at these cards before it says take the leap. You are divinely protected. So, as I said, I'm all for, I have done that in my life, taking the leap. But I would just say to you, from my practical point of view, is make sure that you have a little bit of a safety net there. And the net will appear, but maybe you put the net in place, and also trust that your angels will guide you. And this Archangel Haniel also steps in with a big message around personal boundaries. So this can be helpful for you, especially if you're about to let some stuff go. You're about to let relationships go, jobs go, lifestyle habits and patterns. go. So whatever it is that you're releasing this month, because it is a month of release, we will all be releasing. So whatever it is that you're releasing, Haniel is just stepping in as a bit of a protective archangel around you, making sure that you make decisions for you. As Louise Hay said, when you say no to others, you're saying yes to yourself. So this is sort of a Haniel message of being really clear and really firm in your boundaries, protecting your energy, your space, and your time, your money, all of your resources, and really being careful who you share that with in the world. You know, yeah, just making sure that you have the boundaries in place so that you can achieve the dreams and goals that you want to in your life. An example of that is years ago, and I've spoke about this many times, a woman came to me for a reading and she said, I've signed up for this course. It was in acupuncture, and but I'm worried I'm going to fail. And we sat down and we figured it out that she had signed up for this course and she had done nothing else in her life to change her schedule to make space for that course in her life. So she was still minding her sister's kids, still looking after her parents, she was still watching Netflix at night. She was still no habits had changed in her life to accommodate this new dream. So I worked with her. It was an angel card reading that she came for, but it was a lot of coaching in there as well. And I worked with her to, okay, these are the steps you need to do, boundaries to create. You need to call your sister and say, look, you're doing this acupuncture course. You want to get the diploma, you want to pass, you're going to need some time to study, so you're not going to be able to mind your kids every weekend the way you have been. Maybe you can compromise and, do it once a month. And you're going to also have to ask for support with your parents so that you're not the one person looking after them. You're going to have to stop watching Netflix, or find some time in your space. Find 10 hours or 5 hours in your week that you have been wasting on Facebook or other social media scrolling, or that you just, if you're commuting to work, can you use that time to study? And you need to put some actual space in your diary during the week to actually achieve this diploma that you want to. So it's like practical boundaries. So we can have these big dreams, but unless we put things in place, they're not going to happen. We have to bring in the practical as well to make these things happen. But this beautiful angel is saying, take the lead, you are divinely protected. So whatever that $1 million idea or that nudge that you're getting to release and let go, your angel is saying, it's okay, it's okay, it's going to work out. The third week in November is Archangel Shamuel. You are a master manifester. Oh my God, I love these cards this week. They're very powerful. You can see this, when I commissioned this image, I said to the artist, I want a woman, not a traditional magician. The first card that she came back was with a magician with a hat, and it was male. And I said, I want a woman. I want her looking powerful, and I want her with cards flying around as if she's controlling them in the air. I want the feeling of magic and confidence and power in this. And you can see that, to me, this image brings this, and it's like you are a master manifester. And so I've just really been reminded, what do you want to manifest? What do you want? Like, we're talking about the next 10, 20, 30 years. That's definitely, you can change your mind. You're going to be reviewing this many, many times, at least once a year. But let's go really big here. What is it that you want to do? Depending on the season of life that you're in, where are you now in your life, and what do you want to bring in the next 10, 20, 30 years? What do you want to change? What do you want to stop doing? What do you want to let go of? And what do you want to manifest? I want to manifest a home by the beach within the next 5 years. Defo. So that's one of my big goals. I want to perfect as best I can my Italian. That's one of my other goals. And then I have lots of other goals in there, personal and business, family and relationships. But this card is just reminding you, you are a master manifester, and whatever you set your mind on, putting in those practical, we've already, some money or some seeds have come in, the ideas in the first week. The second week, we've put in those practical boundaries. We're being reassured that we're moving in the right direction. And now we're being told that you are a master manifestor. You can literally start to manifest whatever it is in your life. And, literally manifesting is deciding what you want, asking your angels this or something better, and then listening to the nudges. Your angels will give you a nudge. Florence Scovel Shinn used to say, "What's your demonstration?" I loved in one of her books the story of this woman who wanted to manifest a tenant in her home. So she was like, I want to get this tenant. I've made the beds. I've cleaned the room. The room is ready. And Florence said to her, "What is the demonstration that's missing? What nudge have you got?" And she said, "Well, I've got this nudge to buy this lamp to match the other one on the other side of the bed. But it's going to cost me $50 and I don't want to spend that money before I get the tenant." And Florence was like, "Oh my God, that's your nudge. Go get the effing lamp. And that's your nudge, that's your demonstration, that's your trust with the universe to say, this is happening, this is what I want to bring in." So it's like a step, it's like a command and a statement to the universe. So she went, she got the lamp, and within a few days she had a new tenant, the perfect tenant for her. So that is manifesting. One of the main steps that we forget is that action step. What is the action step? What do you need to take? And what action do you need to take to bring your idea into fruition? And that could be picking up the phone and calling that friend and asking for forgiveness. I don't know. That could be turning on the telly and the exact information that you want about the course that you need to follow, you need to subscribe to get the information that you need for your next step. Or it could be that you walk down the street to a friend and this friend introduces you to somebody else who is the exact person that's going to show you your next steps. So, but it's like, what is the action? That's usually the missing piece in manifesting. What is the action, the fearless action that you need to take to bring your dreams forward? And obviously, any action you're going to take, once it doesn't harm anybody else, it's it's an action that you can take. You can trust that your angels are looking after you, and that is the next step. And usually, I know in my life, sometimes your angels will give me so do this, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I haven't got the time, the energy, or it's too uncomfortable, and I'm not going to do that. But I found that my angels are persistent. So that will become like a loop in my head, or it just keeps coming up and I keep being reminded of it until eventually I just will take action on it. And sometimes it's not like a failure that you didn't take action immediately. The faster you take action, the better. But if you don't take action immediately, often what I've noticed is that when I am ready to take the action, that nudge becomes harder to avoid. That it's the perfect moment. So it's almost like the seed is planted. This is what you need to do. And this is what you need to do. Have you done that thing yet? You need to take the step. And I'm just thinking of an example of that to explain that. That could be, say you have to leave your job, and you need to leave. It's time, and you've started to get your CV together, and you're just about to put it out there, and you're like, oh, this is so uncomfortable. I have to have this conversation with my boss, or I have to tell people that I'm leaving. And there's a bit of FOMO in there. What if I leave and it's the wrong decision? Self-doubt, and there's lack of faith in there. And it's like, so it brings up all of the stuff, and it can be until it becomes almost inevitable, until it becomes like oh my God, it's keep coming up again. I know I need to do this. I know I need to do this. And one day you'll just wake up and you'll be like, oh, okay, I'm going to make the phone call and I'm going to put my CV out there, something like that. So the final card for the last week in November is Archangel Nathaniel, and it's a new earth, light worker. It's your time, evolve. So we are shedding this month, literally shedding what no longer serves us. So I would say, if you're watching this, you followed me for a while, just get on board with that fact that we are going to be shedding stuff this month. So when you get to the last month, the last week in November, it's going to be like, shit, I let go of this, this, and this. I cut ties with that person. I stopped doing that. I stopped eating sugar or other behavior. I stopped doing this. I cancelled that commitment. I don't know, whatever it is, whatever drastic things and small things and drastic things that actions that you're going to take in your life. I can already see some of them in my life that's going to happen this month. But when you get to the end of this month, there's going to be a moment of space, of that was hard. It's done now. And now there is space. There is time. There is energy available for what's next. And if you look at this image of this card, there's this guy and he's looking up into the heavens. That's what I wanted. So there's a lot of starry energy all around this card. It's not showing very well in this video, but he's literally surrounded by stars and he's looking up, and he's in sort of a field or in nature. So it's like having that space to actually, okay, now I have the time to really be creative or really step up into that promotion or be available for that relationship or for that creative project or whatever it is. There will be a feeling of space. It's a new earth, and light worker, it's your time, evolve. So whatever crap you've been doing that you know isn't good for you in your life, this is a moment, a really big release and letting go moment. I'm wishing you such an amazing month. I know it's going to be an interesting one. You can go to ashlingmooney.com/box, get my spiritual toolbox, and that will support you on this journey throughout this month. You'll have meditations, you'll have activities to do that will just support you whenever you're having a moment of self-doubt or worry or whatever's going on for you. Please share this video with anybody who needs it this month. It's going to be a big month and we all need to support each other. We can do this together. You can find me all over social media, and I will see you next week with another video, and next month with December readings. Loads of love. Have a fantastic month, my darling.